The year was 312 CE. Constantine, a Roman general, was marching to Rome to become emperor. He had big dreams and a tough choice to make. The night before a big battle, Constantine had a vision. Some say he saw a cross in the sky, brighter than the sun, with the words, "In this sign, you will conquer." This vision deeply affected Constantine. It pushed him towards Christianity, a religion that had been persecuted for a long time in the Roman Empire. Constantine's win in the Battle of Milvian Bridge was seen as a sign from God. This win helped him become the Emperor of Rome. In 313 CE, he issued the Edict of Milan, a new law that changed Christian history. This law gave everyone in the Roman Empire the freedom to practice their religion, ending the persecution of Christians. This was a big and important change. It turned Christianity from a persecuted faith into a legally accepted religion, allowing it to spread widely. Historians debate Constantine's own conversion to Christianity. Some think he truly believed in Christianity, touched by divine grace. Others think it was a smart political move to gain power. No matter his personal beliefs, his support of Christianity had a big impact on the religion. It got support from the empire, and with it the resources and infrastructure to grow. The Edict of Milan was a big change for Christianity. Before this, Christians were often punished for their beliefs. They were seen as a danger to the Roman way of life. They did not worship the Roman gods and emperors, which was seen as a crime. The Edict of Milan changed this. It allowed Christians to practice their faith without fear. This freedom helped Christianity spread quickly across the empire. The edict also changed how Christianity and the Roman state got along. With this new freedom, Christians did not have to hide anymore. They could build churches, hold public meetings, and share their message openly. This led to a slow change in the religious life of the Roman Empire. This time of tolerance under Constantine was a big change for the Roman Empire and Christianity. It helped Christianity become a part of Roman life. But this mix was not always easy. Roman pagan ideas mixed with Christian practices. As Christianity spread through the Roman Empire, it met many pagan beliefs and practices. Instead of rejecting these, a mix of beliefs started to happen. This mix included pagan elements in Christian traditions. This blending was not always easy. It caused debates and arguments in the early church. One example is the celebration of Christmas. Christmas on December 25th matches the Roman festival of Sol Invictus, the unconquered sun. This pagan festival celebrated the winter solstice, the return of longer days. Early Christians chose this date to align Jesus' birth with the festival, using existing traditions and symbols. Another example is turning Roman temples into Christian churches. Instead of destroying these pagan symbols, many were used as Christian worship places. This made it easier for new converts who found familiar architecture and rituals. But it also meant some pagan symbols and architecture were included in Christian spaces. As Christianity grew, people started to argue about their beliefs. One big argument was about who Jesus Christ really was. Was Jesus God, just like God the Father? Or was Jesus made by God the Father and not as important? This question split the early church and led to the First Council of Nicaea in 325 CE. Constantine wanted to keep his empire united, so he helped organize this council. He called bishops from all over the empire to settle these arguments. The Council of Nicaea is one of the most important events in Christian history. It was a key moment in shaping Christian beliefs. The council said Arianism was wrong. Arianism was the idea that Jesus was made by God and not fully God. Instead, the council said God is three equal persons: the Father, the Son, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. This decision greatly influenced Christian beliefs and how people understood God for many years. Constantine's rule changed how the church was organized. Before him, Christian groups were separate and ran on their own. With Constantine's help, the church started to have a clear structure, like the Roman government. Bishops, who were local leaders, got more power. They had more duties and control in the church. This change to a central structure affected how Christian groups grew. It set the stage for the papacy, which became the main authority in the Catholic Church later. This time also saw the building of big churches. With support from the emperor, churches were no longer simple. They became grand buildings, meant to impress and show the importance of Christianity in Rome. These big buildings made the church more visible in society. Echoes of the past. Constantine mixed pagan ideas with Christianity. This mix still affects the religion today. Many Christian holidays and symbols come from pagan traditions. This mix happened a long time ago. Some people may not like this mix, but it shows how religion can change and fit into different cultures. For example, using incense in church. This practice comes from old pagan rituals. In those times, people used incense to please their gods. The smoke carried their prayers. The early church started using incense in their own ceremonies. This shows how Christianity kept its main beliefs, but also used familiar pagan practices. This made it easier for people to switch to Christianity. It helped them feel more comfortable with the new faith. Holidays and holy days. The mix of pagan and Christian traditions is very clear in holidays. For example, Christmas, the birth of Jesus, is at the same time as the Roman festival of Sol Invictus. This was not by chance. Early Christians chose this time to match their stories with existing celebrations. Similarly, Easter, the most important Christian holiday celebrating Jesus' resurrection, happens in spring, like pagan festivals of rebirth. Easter symbols like eggs and rabbits come from older pagan traditions. These examples show how Christianity mixed with other cultures. They show how Christianity changed and grew by taking in old traditions and giving them new meanings. Constantine's legacy. Constantine's rule changed Christian history a lot. His conversion, the Edict of Milan, and his help for the Church made Christianity go from a persecuted group to the main religion of the Roman Empire. But his actions also had unexpected results, as many new converts and mixing pagan traditions caused arguments that still happen today. Today, Constantine is still a debated figure. Some people see him as a saint, saying he helped Christianity win. Others see him in a more complex way, noting both his good deeds and the problems he brought to the faith. No matter what you think, it's clear that Constantine's rule was a key time in Christian history. His choices shaped the religion's path, affecting its beliefs, structure, and culture for many years. A global faith. Christianity started in Judea, a small part of the Roman Empire. Now, it is the biggest religion in the world. This growth is closely linked to the Roman Empire. Constantine's rule was very important in this story. Constantine supported Christianity, giving it the power it needed to grow. The mix of Roman and Christian ideas from that time still affects Christian practices today. Constantine's conversion and the Edict of Milan show how pagan and Christian ideas mixed together, making religious change complex. This reminds us that religions change over time. They adapt and take in new ideas from different cultures, sometimes smoothly, and sometimes through conflict and debate. People still discuss Constantine's impact, the mix of pagan traditions, and how these mixes shaped the Christian faith we know today.